First one here is a Chevrolet pickup. And it's at the Westville Car Show in Westville, Oklahoma. Beautiful blue truck with a cream, looks like a cream or a white cab. And it's a pretty truck. There's a lot of nice cars. The interior looks nice. Got the original gauges, looks like. I'm having to adjust my lens because it was zoomed in too far. Now it's out so you can see it better, but you can see the interior. And there's a Mustang. Pretty Mustang, an older Mustang. I don't know what year. I would say it's in the 60s, but I don't know that for sure. I know it was hot down there that day. It was very hot. We only stayed about an hour, if even that. That's my husband and my sister there. Here's a VW. It's always fascinated me that they have the motor in the back and the trunk is in the front. You would think it would be the opposite, but that's why VW made them. They were the opposite of any other vehicle. It's a pretty one. So that's the way they were made. I'm not sure why they did them that way, but they did. I know Chevy pickup here, step side. Beautiful truck. It's made in in the 50s. I don't know what year. I didn't see what year. I'm gonna say mid 50s maybe. It's pretty. I like the two-tone interior. I love the seat in there, and it's got the wooden bed. I love that. That's would be original. Of course, not original wheels and stuff, and it's probably not original motor. But anyway, and it may be hard to find parts for them. And I've had to do a voiceover because of the music and the original gauges, but it is a nice truck. But anyway, and here is I forget now. I think I say here in a minute in the video, but it's a Chevelle SS, 1970 Chevelle SS. Okay, it's a super sport. I had a neighbor that had one that had the police interceptor package in it, and it was a super sport. This car right here is a LaSalle made by Buick. It says repeal prohibition, and this car was made between 1927 and 1940. And this is back before liquor was legal in the industry, and you could not produce, sell, or import liquor of any kind until they repealed prohibition. And this car has a windshield back here for the passengers, and it's a luxury car, so it was something that probably only rich people had at that time. They had money. It's a really pretty car, and I think it's probably the oldest one of all the cars that were down there at Westville. And this is a really nice car that somebody has restored and brought down here to the car show in Westville. Although those white wide-wall tires and those spoke wheels, it looked like they could possibly be original. It might be an aftermarket that was made to look original. Anyway, it's a pretty car. And this car here is another Chevy. It's a convertible, of course. And this one is a Chevy pickup, a 3100. It's a real pretty truck. Has a wooden bed in it, which you'll see here in just a minute. That's what's on the. And this wooden bed is original to a lot of trucks back in that time period in the 50s. They put those in there. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was to keep the price down. I don't know. And this car right here is more like this car right here is kind of like a roadster, and or hot rod. Anyway, it's been completely redone and everything, axles and everything. Tie rod's all been changed. Anyway, this is a nice Ford here, and it's looks like it might be original motor, teal color, and it has also a teal interior in it here. You'll see in just a minute. They call this a custom cab, or it was anyway. This is the interior. Looks like the gauges are the same. I don't know about the seats and upholstery, but this just matches the color of the truck. I'm sure that they didn't have that on the top there. But anyway, this is an overview of all the cars and stuff up and down. And that's my sister standing there. And kind of gives you an idea of how many cars were there at the time. And there's an Oldsmobile Cutlass. And it's a convertible. And it's a nicely restored car. Beautiful white seats. I don't know if I'd want white seats. Maybe that's what it had, or maybe that's what they put in them. Anyway, it's a pretty car. My mom and dad had several Oldsmobiles. And here's a GMC truck. Looks like it could be natural patina. They didn't paint it or anyway restore the metal on it any. And it's got the wooden bed like a lot of them had. And the interior looks original. And then this blue car here. It's a 4-door, as you'll see here in a minute. And it's a nice looking car. There's several nice looking cars, several Chevys down there. And there's some that are newer cars. But anyway, Route 66. I bet they've driven the Route 66. They might have even done it in this car. Anyway, I love the interior, the blue interior, and the seats. It's a really nice looking car. And this old Chevy right here, probably made, I'm going to guess, in the 60s. But anyway, somebody else would know, probably know better. But anyway, it's a beautiful truck. And I believe that guy right there in the white shirt, he owns it. And this one here, I was thinking that it was a Ford, but I don't know. Anyway, I was talking about wanting to ride. No, it's a Chevy. Talking about wanting to ride the Anyway, this is a Chevy. It's a nice looking car. Got the red interior, black, looks like a vinyl top, and really pretty car. Looks like they've done a really good job restoring it. And here is a Gran Torino. Yeah, this car right here was one my Uncle John used to drive. It's a little bit newer. It's probably the 70s or 80s, late 70s and 80s. And this is a Studebaker Lark here. It sold for $2,000. It's a rose mist color, it says. It's a pretty car. Very pretty. You don't find Studebakers anymore, trucks or cars.